I love Sabbath. Sabbath is fantastic. Sometimes we struggle because everything happens on the weekends. And so therefore, when we're like, let's stay home in our pajamas and sleep, and they're like, we have stuff to do. Sabbath is hard, but Sabbath is so important to establish with kids because it trains them to learn how to rest. Having the conversation is really important about how God designed one day for us to just let our hearts relax and let our bodies relax and have all the lists. I find preparing for Sabbath is really significant for kids because it can feel like a denial if you just wake up and you're like, it's Sabbath! And they're like, what? I thought today we were going to do stuff. So the night before to say, tomorrow's Sabbath, is there anything else that we need to get done so that we can make sure that we put it down? Is there any lists we need to make so that we can remember after Sabbath we're going to do these things? Preparing for Sabbath is really significant for kids because it gets them ready. Like Christmas, we spend all Christmas preparing for Christmas, and then they know what Christmas is. So if we prepare for Sabbath and say, we're not going to be able to do that on Sabbath, what are we going to do on Sabbath? We get ready, we plan our dreams of what we're going to do on Sabbath so that when they wake up, they know this is a day for just rest. The second thing is to be consistent with Sabbath. Once we say this is Sabbath, it needs to say Sabbath because we tend to be more flexy in our parenting. We're like, it is Sabbath except for the day that we need to go visit grandma because it's not Sabbath. And that is so inconsistent for kids that they struggle with it. If it's Sabbath, and that means sacrifice, and that means making the hard decisions, and that's okay. And so to enable them to experience that consistency. And the third thing is to give them power in it, to help them plan. We all have different ways of resting. If I could, I'd binge watch West Wing all day, but that's not really restful. That's more pausing. But it means I can have that conversation. What is the difference between pausing my brain and actually seeking rest? What is, like John was talking about today, that deep, joyful thing, that thing that gives us delight, and finding that together for each other as individuals and a family is a significant conversation to have.